Okay, you're walking down the block with your hoodie sweater on. You're turning up the tones and what you gotta do is on. I'ma elevate your mind, this goes out for me to you. And then you start wondering about things you gotta do. You wake up in the morning just to see sunshine. You gotta get yourself to work before you run out of time. You gotta get them papers on the desk before deadlines. And now the boss is sweating you and now you gotta resign. You gotta watch every dollar you spend. Cause when the landlady knocks, you can't pay your rent. You gotta come out the mouth with some smart comment. And then you find yourself empty living on pavement. You gotta turn off the lights when your bill is high. You gotta hide the numbers that you get your girls nearby. And then you gotta explain the numbers you just playing. I had to throw that verse in. You gotta know I'm playing. Gotta watch your back because your voice is foul. And when you're in the workplace, you gotta courtesy smile. You gotta take care of yourself and your wife and child, or you're gonna pay child support for a long while. You gotta manifest all the beats and rhymes. And when you gotta get yours, you know I gotta get mine. You gotta. You gotta turn off your beats when your neighbors complain. You gotta watch your tone, you gotta keep your temper contained. You gotta make the next payment before you run into debt. And then you catch a bankrupt and you ain't see nothing yet. You gotta get your life in order, just occupy. You gotta catch the number 2 because it's passing you by. You gotta put down the herb, you gotta be drug free. You gotta be intelligent cause you just gotta be. You gotta twist your locks when you new growth comes in. And if you don't got the nap, then you don't comprehend. You gotta be true to yourself and be true to your word. You gotta be the conscious one and conversate proverb. You gotta pay taxes, and that's a dead giveaway. And then you gotta get a job, you gotta eat the next day. You gotta get yourself together and together yourself. You gotta understand the meaning of knowledge yourself. You gotta. You gotta understand all these rights and wrongs. You gotta look forward and you gotta move on. You gotta speed the tempo when your verse is long. And by the way, I gotta hurry up and finish the song. You gotta comprehend all these words and rhymes. And if you don't understand, well then you gotta rewind. I only spit these words because these words are true. That these are the things that you gotta do. So in actual sense, you gotta view the data. With the elements in hand, everything is you gotta. Said everything's you gotta. Said everything's you gotta. Everything's you gotta and everything's you gotta. Check it out, y'all. I said you gotta do what you gotta do. I said that's what we got to do. I like to